Hey guys, it's Juice with another one of my stories related to the DCS F-15E Strike Eagle. And this one is not really about the Strike Eagle, but about the Eagle in regard to the jet fuel starter and how you start up the engines and everything. It's not really a funny story, but it's just a story that kind of makes you think of when things can go wrong, they will. So as I've mentioned on the channel before, that I was selected back in 1984, 84. Probably about summer of 84, I was selected to be on the Kadena William Tell 84 competition team as their life support guy. And we were the 18th TFW, Tactical Fighter Wing, back before it was just 18th Wing. But we were the Shoguns. And this is one of the patches that you can set your F-15 to, or your profile to, in DCS World in the logbook. If you want a video on how to do that, go ahead and just put in their Air Warfare Group logbook and you'll see that. There's a couple videos in there. So we were the Shoguns, and when you're selected for this team, you basically leave your shop at the base at Kadena. It was the life support shop, the 67th, and you are out of pocket from there for about 3 or 4 months because you start training with the maintenance team, with the ops team. We had our own little operations area at Kadena. We had our 6 jets plus a spare to fly with, and our pilots started training together for the competition. Our maintainers, I even got certified, or just, not really penciled off, but I got a 797 JQS form seat. Those in the Air Force will know what I'm talking about. I got a 797 with everything from towing, refuel, defuel. I didn't do brakes, I didn't do weapons, did LOX servicing. What else did I do? A few other things to work on it. And one of the things that was driving this story was, the F-15 doesn't use an APU start, it uses a JFS start. And the JFS, this is the way I remember it, and tell me if I'm wrong, you guys are the experts. The JFS system is a dual actuator system that starts the jet fuel starter, and it's used, at least in the old days, it was used with an accumulator bottle or two of air, compressed air. The airplane would build these up. It's kind of like the air brakes on a semi-truck. They build up through a compressor. And these air bottles would be what started the JFS spinning. And so when you pull that JFS handle in the aircraft, you hear the bzzz, that's this JFS spinning up, a little turbine in there with air spinning it. And what happened one day was we just had an engine swap on one of our F-15s, and the pilot was doing an FCF flight on it. So he jumps in, there's no centerline tank underneath of it, it's just an FCF local flight. So I don't think he had any bags at all on. And so there's no centerline tank under there, and they're troubleshooting, and he pulls the JFS-1 and it spins up and then shuts down. No fire, no light on the engine. Then he pulls JFS-2 bottle, and he's only got 2, and spins down, nothing. And so then one of the engine techs go, I think I know what's wrong. So they go underneath the belly of the airplane, open up one of those spring-loaded pin panels, and he's up there and he's got his arm way up in there, just doing like this, and he's messing around. And basically what he forgot to do, or what they didn't do, is hook up the cannon plug that's in there. There was a big cannon plug that needed to be connected for the electrical system to work, for the engine start. And so he did that. Well, meanwhile, me and a couple of crew chiefs we spent about 10 minutes switching off. Have you ever seen Memphis Belle when they're pumping the gear down at the end of the movie when they're trying to land and their gear won't come down automatically or with a switch, so they have to pump it down? Well, we're in there with a breaker bar inside the gear wheel, the nose wheel gear wheel. And you guys that are crew chiefs, you guys can tell about this. We're in there with a long half-inch breaker bar stuck in a socket hole, going like this, back and forth, and then that's probably why this bicep's so big. We're going back and forth, and then we switch off, and we're like, sweating. It's Okinawa humidity. We're just like sweating like dogs. It was probably 90 degrees and 95% humidity, it seemed like. And so we're pumping it up and everything, and then the aircraft started. It was pretty good. We only pumped up one JFS bottle. We were pretty sure that would work, and it did work. And so the pilot was able to go up and do the FCF flight. But it's just a little testimony about how these aircraft in DCS world are semi-realistic in regard to how the switches and the startups and everything does. I hope you guys are enjoying the Strike Eagle. I know I am. I didn't expect to buy this. I was very attracted to it with the release trailer, and then through the challenge that I put out to you guys to raise money for the Air Force Aid Society, we raised $200 towards the Air Force Aid Society, and that forced me to go out and spend with my own money. Thank you, Razbam, for not sending it to me. With my own money, I went out and bought the module for $64. I didn't get the $55 that everybody else got. And if you're one of the guys that got the $25 during the initial couple hours of the sale, put in the comments that you were part of that. I met one person that did it. That Boulder from Arizona, he's a friend of mine through Tactical DCS. He was one of those guys, so he got it for the sale price. Had I known that how much I was going to like the F-15 Strike Eagle, and I known about that $25 deal, that glitch at the beginning, I would have bought it right away. But I have no regrets. The F-15 Strike Eagle is it's a good module, but it's not a real Eagle. Now let's get Razbam to make a variant of it for the C model from a certain period. That would be awesome. I'm Juice. You guys take care. Everybody be safe.